Hello, everybody. We are again here with another video, and we have a tremendous guest, a nice guest. He knows his football, he knows his stuff. A City fan, if you'll see one, and of course, he is a terror for other big teams out there because he gives them the business, man. He's not scared, and it's none other than Professor Hamza. Here on the channel on Top FC TV, man. I appreciate you coming on. Welcome, welcome. Your first time on the show, so I appreciate it, brother. How you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm doing absolutely well. Thank you so much for having me in the show. Absolutely top of the league in EPL.
No
I
doubt.
can't be happier than that,
No,
especially after losing two games. I'm very happy.
yeah. But the main reason for this video is because I brought you in here. I want to know your opinion. And I know that, the answer could be this video could be 50 minutes, 50 seconds. I mean, it could be as easy as yes, City can win it all. And of course, I mean, I think that they are the number one, I guess you can say, team that most people will agree that they could win this one, that they will win this one. But I mean, they have some flaws. I mean, you have to admit they have some flaws. This season in particular, I think that maybe it's a slower season than last season. What do you think in terms of that, or do you think that it is what it is and we're still, top and better?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's something that we've spoken about. We've had the same team for a long time, 3, 4 years, 4 years, 5 years, I think. And I
Yeah,
think we built that team to win games and games and game. And I think we've lost incredible player, which was Ilkay Gundogan.
going there. Yeah,
We lost our captain. To lose a captain is quite one of the most difficult things in football. Not only was he as a captain, he was a special player. Ilkay
right.
Gundogan, what a player he was! He was world class. He was clutch. He would score goals at the right moments. He knew how to play football. He knew when to make a through ball, a transition, yeah, to make that run, to get into the box, to assist. Gundogan was carrying us for long periods of time when we never had other players carrying us. Would have, for example, KDB was injured for a period of when Man United were challenging for the league with us. And I remember Kevin De Bruyne got injured and Gundogan went on this run. He was scoring goals, goals after goals, winning us games. And last season, Gundogan was one of the main performers. We lost Gundogan on a
Yeah,
free. To have
yeah,
lost
that is
your
true.
captain and your player on a free. That hurts. But we had to go through that change. Then not only that, we lose Mares, an incredible player. Again, a clutch player, scores incredible goals. The right time. He's crucial when you need him. Scores a hat trick in the semi final. Scores against Liverpool. Clutch for one of the best Premier League players we've seen. We've lost him. And then we lose Kevin De Bruyne through injury for 4 months, not even 1 month. For 4 or 5 months. In August, he comes back with the same injury he had, hamstring, but he has a tear. He had to have surgery. We hear that it's a bad grade 3 tear of the hamstring. He has to have surgery. He's out for 4 or 5 months. That's 50% of the season. So already you've lost Gundogan, you've lost Riyad Mahrez, you've lost Laporte as well, and you've now lost KDB.
Hmm.
You're going to be weaker. Any
No
other
doubt.
team, it's like, let me give you an example. It's like me taking out from Newcastle, taking Isaac away, Bruno Gomares, Sven Botman. They're like that crucial. They're crucial. They're the
Yeah,
spine. So we lost that spine, and so we had to rebuild. But we accept we have to rebuild. But did we upgrade? Did we get the same grade? When we lost Gundogan, did we get the same grade? No, we didn't. People say Kovacic is not the same as Gundogan. He's a
right.
bit undergrade. Yeah. Then we went and got a player from Wolves, who's also, is he that crucial player? So it takes time to gel them together. And then, so we've downgraded a bit, but it will take time for them to upgrade because it's happened to us before. Rodri needed a season to upgrade. So we're weaker. Yes, we agree. Midfield, we're weaker. We've accepted it. And it showed when we lost 3 games when Rodri went missing. Because when we had Rodri, we used to have another player called Fernandinho who could play there. So we acquired Calvin Phillips to be that player. Has he lived to expectations so far? No. Has he been the player that should be given? Because Pep often gives all his players his second season.
Right.
Yeah. But we can see from last season the difference between him and Rodri. When Rodri came first season, although he was not doing well, Pep kept playing him. That shows that Pep believed in him. Pep saw something in training. But Calvin Phillips is not playing him much last season. He's bringing him on. He's not happy with him. We're hearing news that there's things that Pep doesn't like the team and the coaches when they give him the ball from the as a goalkeeper. He can't pass one guy. He can't do that transition. Being able to have that ball comfortable on his feet like Rodri can have,
Right.
KDB. When you give them the ball and there's a guy coming on the left, they can go on the right, or they might do a drag back and pass you. So he's not confident. But they've given him time, but he's not adapting to Pep style.
Yeah.
And they've
Calvin
tried him
Phillips.
when Rodri got injured. It's the best thing that happened to us. Rodri got injured. We tried him. It didn't
But
work.
do you think though that it's hard to have somebody ready because when somebody goes out, because Pep is not a guy that really gives his bench a lot of time. If you know what I'm saying, like from me watching City, I don't see really other than maybe Alvarez that you have to put him on. You
Grealish,
right, right,
you give Grealish time. First season, Grealish was 100 million. People criticized him.
and he
Second
was on the
season,
bench.
last season, he did incredibly well.
Right,
So he did well. Rodri, first season, he was poor. He gave him time. His second season, he did well. He's done it. John Stones, when we
yeah,
signed him, he was making errors. Pep kept believing in him and kept
yeah.
playing him. Edison was making errors, kept playing him. Pep does give you time as long as you listen to what he says. This is
Maybe
why.
maybe that's the key. Maybe that's
Exactly. He has to see that are you listening to what he's saying? Are you taking it serious? And you've seen what he's done to these players who've listened. You've seen him. For example, let me give you an example player from outside Man City so that you can see I'm not bad. Kimmich. He bought Kimmich from another team, Borussia, I think it was Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he took him to Bayern Munich. But there's a clip that went missing that he was criticizing Kimmich against Dortmund on the pitch, and you can see Kimmich is listening. But Kimmich said, it made me a better player. I listened to what he said.
right.
But Calvin Phillips, yesterday's game showed it. He comes, he's a good player, but is he Manchester City's level? Is he Pep Guardiola's level? The question is, we'll come to know. And I'm hearing that he might be going to Newcastle. I'm hearing that Newcastle might be interested.
Calvin
One of
Phillips.
the teams that's interested. So he's probably not good enough for us, but he's
Yeah,
good enough for you. For example, Cole Palmer wasn't good enough for us, but we sold him to Chelsea. He's good enough for
he's
them.
doing well. Yeah,
Mm,
but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not you're not saying it from a standpoint to where okay we're the best and these guys are below, so they have to go to below teams. Or are you saying it like that? Or I mean, because I think like per se Kovacic at Real Madrid didn't perform. But
mm.
comes to Chelsea, doesn't maybe doesn't the system doesn't fit him, but comes to City and he's performing. So I don't think that necessarily Real Madrid. It's the same thing with Odegaard. If Real Madrid didn't perform, comes to Arsenal, it becomes a hero. So maybe not necessarily that those teams are better or bigger. It just didn't fit the style. You know what I mean? It could just be
Exactly.
that.
And sometimes some players they thrive in big moments. I'll give you an
Yeah.
example. Jude Bellingham.
Oh yeah, no
He's
doubt.
coming as an under pressure guy, a Real Madrid, young 19-year-old English boy, being signed as a star player. They've lost Benzema, who's the star guy, and he's lived
Yeah.
up to expectation. He's gone beyond that.
You can't put
Yeah.
any more pressure that he's
You
already
can't
been.
put him under more pressure than that. Calvin Phillips comes to Man City with better players around him. Some
Yeah,
players get intimidated.
no
They
doubt.
feel
Yeah,
scared because they're training with these guys on the pitch. And they
yeah,
can see, and I don't know whether in training they criticize more, but it can affect his confidence. Some players love this kind of thing. They want to show it against the best. Calvin Phillips might be saying, probably, I don't know, he's lost the confidence at City and he's not the
yeah,
right player for thing. I'm not saying he's a bad player because for Leeds, he was their main player.
yeah,
For Newcastle have come to show they don't need great players to do well. Newcastle have
right.
done well with Longstaff.
Yeah.
People
No,
mock
you're right.
Longstaff, yeah, but Longstaff has worked hard. to do
Hard workers.
to be a new is hard worker. Is he that special player? No. Would he
I
start
think
for England? No.
I think eventually you mean to get over the hurdle to win some titles, you need somebody that can just because right now Newcastle is really straightforward. Like they just do everything by the book, and sometimes you need somebody that like a Foden that just things and just create something quick. You know what I mean? Somebody like Alvarez who can just
Mm,
shoot facing his own goalkeeper and some for some odd reason just pulls up a shot out of nowhere. And you know what I'm saying? Like that those type of players. It'll take hard. I mean, they do have the money now, but it'll be hard to get one of those players. But to finish this video, I want to ask you a simple question though. Can Man City win the Champions League? Can they? I know they have an easier group, to be fair, but so that's a good thing. You know they're going to qualify. So can they win the Champions League and can they also win the Premier League at the same time this season? I know it's hard, but Premier League they've done it. Champions League they've done it. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that?
absolutely. Yeah. Listen, it's possible. Yes, 100%. Manchester City are the best team that everyone knows in the Premier League.
Right.
In the Champions League, everyone, if you ask Real Madrid fans or any other fan, like who do you not want to cross path with, they'll probably tell you Man City.
Yeah.
When Man City get their best player back, one of their best players back, I'll say, Kevin De Bruyne, fully fit in a semi-final, in the quarter-final, with his threat of an attack, and we've included Jeremy Doku as our player, and we're gonna strengthen in January. They look of a major threat. And
Yeah.
having Pep Guardiola, who I believe is the greatest manager, greatest coach in the world, greatest. Like the way he's transformed old teams to be the greatest. Barcelona, greatest team ever, probably. Bayern Munich, he broke the records there. Bayern, though he didn't win the Champions League, they didn't want him to go. He could have won the Champions League easily for them. And not only that, to come at Man City, give us the first Champions League, to win the treble in impeccable fashion, like the way we won the Champions League. Can we do it again? Yes. Has it ever been done before by a British team? Never. Yeah. Can we do it? Yes. Man City have the right players. Yes. Are we weaker? We're a bit weaker, but we've got an amazing manager.
Yeah.
And the fans believe. The fans have got this. We're the best now. We've conquered Europe. We need to do it again. We
Right.
need to do it again. There's not much pressure on us to do it again, but if we do it again, we go in history as the greatest by far English team ever.
Yeah.
Alex Ferguson never won four in a row. Alex Ferguson, who people say is the greatest coach the Premier League has ever seen, has never won four Premier League in a row. If Pep wins it, he wins it four in a row. Pep has broken 100 points record, has won a domestic quadruple in a season where he won everything domestically. Charity Shield, Carling Cup, FA Cup, and English. He won last in the treble. And if he wins four in a row, there's no conversation with Alex Ferguson. And if he wins
Wow.
the Champions League, he surpasses Ferguson because Ferguson never did it back to back again. There's no conversation. And this is why I believe it's a big season for Man City, but it's going to be a tough season for us
Yeah.
because Premier League is the best league in the world.
Wow, man, you couldn't leave it any. You couldn't end the video better than that. So, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to tag Professor Hamza and of course on Twitter as well. So you can respond to him, you can talk to him, and of course subscribe to his channel that's called
Hamza Talks Ball.
Times Ago. He just came over. He just got over 1,000 subscribers. You know he talks football, man. And you
Thank
just
you,
got to
guys.
go out there and subscribe, man. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.